Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and then intermittently pause to talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
I'm Sergeant Vincent Cole with the Phoenix Police Public Affairs Bureau. The information, audio, video, and pictures you're about to see are intended to provide details, as we currently understand them, of an officer-involved shooting that occurred on March 12, 2022. This video may contain strong language as well as graphic images, which could be disturbing to some people. Viewer discretion is advised. This incident occurred in the area of 75th Avenue and Buckeye Road when Phoenix police were called about two men refusing to get off of a bus. One of those men was later identified as Adam Vespoli. Here's audio from the 911 call.
Phoenix 911, what's the location of your emergency?
It's going to be with a city bus at 75th Avenue and Buckeye southbound.
75th Avenue and Buckeye southbound? And what city bus is it?
Bus number is...
And what's going on with the city bus?
Operator's got a couple passengers who are refusing to exit the bus. They were asked to... Well, they were advised they can't sleep on the bus, and they keep falling asleep. Right now they're asleep again, but they're refusing to exit the bus. We would like to have them removed if possible.
The bus was stopped at the intersection of 75th Avenue and Buckeye Road. A patrol officer arrived and parked his police Tahoe at the front of the bus. The officer boarded the bus and instructed both men to get off.
Let's go, gentlemen. Off the bus. Hey, it's done. The bus is stopped here. It's not going any further.
The officer's body-worn camera stops recording before the second subject gets off the bus. Body-worn cameras are used by all officers assigned to patrol and several specialty units. Per policy, they are worn at mid-torso level and capture the view of the line of sight from that perspective. It's important to note that the body camera does not capture everything the officer sees, and the officer does not see everything the body camera captures. When activated, both audio and video turn on. The body-worn camera has a buffer of video without audio for the 30 seconds prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that happen suddenly where an officer doesn't immediately activate the camera. The Phoenix Police Department does not currently use in-car camera systems. Surveillance footage was obtained from the bus that captures the second subject leaving. At about the same time, the bus's forward-facing camera shows Mr. Vespoli walking over towards the patrol Tahoe in front of the bus. He opened the driver's side door, got in, and closed the door. The officer noticed this and ran out to stop Mr. Vespoli from stealing the police vehicle. As the officer left the bus, his body-worn camera fell off of his uniform, so he was unable to reactivate it. Once the officer got to the curb, he stepped on the running board of the Tahoe.
So that's pretty... Getting your own damn car taken has got to be pretty damn embarrassing. So, locking your vehicle when you get out should be second nature to you. You should be doing it every damn time you get out of that car. You need to be locking the damn thing, because you never know when someone's going to try and jump in it and take off, especially if you're having to leave it running to keep your emergency equipment activated. If your car is running when you get out, it definitely needs to be locked when you get out. Some vehicles, that kind of thing is easier to do, depending on, key setup and everything. So, if you can leave the vehicle running and it's a keyed vehicle, meaning you got a physical key that you got to stick into ignition. If you're going to leave that vehicle running, you need to have obviously a second key to be able to get into the vehicle. And so how you have that set up on your belt can vary, but you need to obviously carry a spare key to be able to get into the vehicle. Now, if your vehicle comes equipped with a fob to be able to just press the button and unlock it, then that is great. You can get a Kydex pouch or a Kydex holster to hold that little fob on your duty belt, and it stays in the same spot, and there's no risk of it being jerked off during a fight or something like that. Key ring breaking, whatever, the little plastic part on it breaking and losing it. I have a a product from 09 Holsters. It is a key fob holder for my vehicle. I put the key fob in it, and it goes midline on my duty belt. And all I got to do is reach down, and I know from using it that closer to my belt, I press the button that locks the vehicle. Further away from my belt, I press it, unlocks the vehicle, and then go down, and that unlocks the trunk for me. But if it's a keyed vehicle, then you're definitely going to have to either have a key to get back in that vehicle, or at least a fob. So leaving that vehicle running, you can, on top of locking the door, you could also actuate the emergency brake. That's an extra step getting involved, but that's something you could do to make it a little bit harder for the vehicle to be stolen. Depending on how the vehicle is wired, this could make it easier to do. Just turn the vehicle off and take the key with you. But the vehicle has to be wired a certain way in order to do that. Some vehicles are wired up that as soon as you turn the ignition switch to the off position, it cuts all power to everything on that vehicle. You can't turn the top lights on or the radio, the siren, nothing. So that won't work. But if you can have the ignition done in a way to where you can just turn the vehicle off, well, can't steal that vehicle very easily then when the engine's not even running. But a lot of places, the vehicles aren't wired up like that, but that is a good way to have them wired up. If your vehicle operates off of a fob only, then same kind of thing that I said about the key operated, but with the key fob, it's going to be easier for you to dismount that vehicle and keep that fob on you and be able to lock and unlock the car remotely. And so you should be able to get in a better habit of doing that with a fob. Same thing with the ignition and everything. If it could be wired up to where you can turn the car off and put it into the off position and still keep everything activated, that'd be great. But that, like I said, doesn't happen a whole lot. There are aftermarket devices that can be bought that can be installed in the vehicle, so that if the vehicle can be left running, but if you try to put the vehicle's gear selector from out of park at all, and you haven't done something like press a button or flip a switch to make it okay, then it'll shut the vehicle off and make it difficult for you to steal the vehicle. But the easiest, simplest solution is just lock your damn car. Lock your damn car when you get out. It's not that hard.
With his service weapon drawn, he extended his arm. He stepped on the running board of the Tahoe. With his service weapon drawn, he extended his arm into the driver window of the police Tahoe. Mr. Vespoli began to drive with the officer standing on the running board. That is when the officer-involved shooting occurred. Here is the incident again. Please note that the audio from the bus camera is slightly delayed. After the shooting, the vehicle continued to drive east and struck a tree on the opposite side of the road. The bus driver brought the officer's body-worn camera over to him. The officer then put it back on his body and reactivated it. The officer began life-saving measures on Mr. Vespoli until the arrival of the Phoenix Fire Department. Mr. Vespoli was transported to a local hospital where he died from his wounds. The officer involved in this shooting has been employed with the department for 3 years and is assigned to the Maryville Estrella precinct. This incident is the subject of both an internal and a criminal investigation, which will be reviewed by the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Conclusions about whether the actions of the officers are consistent with department policy and the law will not be made until all facts are known. That is when the officer-involved shooting occurred. Here is the incident again. Please note that the audio from the bus camera is slightly...
It's actually kind of surprising to see such an old light bar still in use and not an LED. This is I believe this is an Excalibur light bar, which back in the day, an Excalibur was a badass light bar.
Delayed.
So no problem whatsoever with him using deadly physical force against this guy. This vehicle marked police vehicle is most likely to have a gun in there. This guy, you do not know what this guy's intentions are with stealing this vehicle. He may access that rifle and then start killing other people. That's the assumption that has to be made, that this guy is going to go start killing people with the weapon that he's able to get out of it. You could also argue that the officer used deadly physical force to protect himself from being kidnapped and or ran over or dragged by the vehicle. Yeah, I support that. But even if that wasn't a reason for shooting, I would still say it's justified to shoot this dude for trying to take this police vehicle with a rifle that's inside of it. Well, you don't need that dude taking off in this vehicle and being able to get that rifle out and start murdering people with it. So to protect the rest of the public, this officer did the right thing by shooting this guy. Don't know where he shot him at, but so close. I mean, he had to have shot him in the head. Most likely. I don't know for sure. Not much else to say about this video other than lock your damn car. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.